Hello everybody, this is Tyler here once again from the Art Games channel, and today I'm going to be showing you the full set of the Cartoon Network Collection Titans Vinyl Figures Series 2, or as it's called, the Cartoon Collection. Now, I don't have a box to showcase to you guys about, well, not only what the box looks like, but also the characters and their rarities, but I will be going over them as per usual as the video goes on. Now, interestingly enough, unlike Series 1, which had a really good balance between like old characters and like more recent characters, modern characters, whatever you want to call them. But Series 2, funny enough, is like 75% newer characters. So because of that, I will be focusing on those characters first. And I'm not going to go in any order of like when the shows came out. I might as well start with the show that has like the most amount of figures in this set, that being Over the Garden Wall. Starting off with Greg right here. Now, to be honest, I haven't seen any of Over the Garden Wall, so do forgive me if I don't know much about, these characters and everything, but there is Greg, and his rarity is 2 in 18, so he's a very common figure, and he does come with a frog right here that goes on top of his head, like so. Now, weirdly enough, unlike most Titans accessories, this one doesn't completely stay on his head, so yeah, if he moves around a bit, he's not going to be very easy to it's the frog's not going to stay on his head. I don't know why it took me so long to say that, but yeah, that's the regular Greg, and he actually does have a chase variant right here, and here he is, right there. All covered in branches and leaves right there. And he has kind of like a almost like grayish color palette on him. Whoa! And this figure is 1 in 36, so 1 in every 2 cases. So that is the chase variant of Greg right there. I might as well just put you right behind. Actually, no, I'll put you right next to regular Greg. Alright, and now for the... okay, there we go. And for the next Over the Garden Wall character in Titans figure form, we have Wirt. And I gotta say, he's probably my favorite of the Over the Garden Wall figures in this set. Even though I haven't really seen this show, I do like the way this character is designed. Has a really cool expression on his face. And funny enough, his cape is like a separate little piece attached to him, and he comes with a lantern as an accessory. So that's awesome. And Wirt's rarity is 2 in 18, so just like Greg, he's a pretty common one. So that is Wirt. And then the last of the Over the Garden Wall characters we have in this set, we have Beatrice right here. And Beatrice, of course, is in a non-typical Titans build, I guess. Like, honestly, Beatrice would look so weird if she had the typical Titans body. So I'm glad they went with, just the way she looks in the cartoon. And her rarity is 1 in 18. So not as easy to get as Greg and Wirt. She's on a log. Should have brought that up earlier, but oh well. And next up, might as well start off with Adventure Time. Now, in Series 1, we had 2 variants of Finn, and in Series 2, we have Finn's buddy, Jake. Jake the dog. And he's awesome looking. I do like the fact that he doesn't have the typical Titans body. They made his arms all wiggly, and they gave him different printed legs. And his accessory is baking pancakes. And that's Jake, and his rarity is 1 in 18. So put Jake right there. And then, just like Greg, Jake also has a chase variant, and this is the only other chase figure in Series 2. This being Gut Grinder Jake right here. And definitely my favorite of the 2 variants in Series 2. I think this just looks awesome. And his rarity is 1 in 36, so 1 in every 2 cases. And also, if you put them next to each other, the Gut Grinder Jake is just slightly taller than regular Jake, so that's kind of cool. And the other Adventure Time representative we have in Series 2, we have Princess Bubblegum. There she is. And her rarity is 1 in 18. Not much to say about Princess Bubblegum, but there she is. Nice to have her in Titan's figure form. Alright, and then moving on to another popular Cartoon Network show of the 2010s, we have Steven Universe. So we did have a Steven Universe figure in Series 1, and now we have a new variant of him in Series 2, but with star-shaped pupils instead of the regular pupils he had in Series 1. Which, you know, is decent and all. I would have liked it if they did something more with Steven, like giving him like a different uniform or something, or, I don't know, maybe change his hair or something, I don't know, something more unique, but, you know, still makes a bit of sense to include him in here, because, you know, pretty popular character, and popular show in general. And then Steven Universe's rarity is 2 in 18, so very common. And Steven is not alone this time around. We actually have one of the Crystal Gems as a figure, this time being Garnet right here, and she looks really cool. And her rarity is 1 in 18, and something to point out with Garnet, her fists and her shoulder pads are actually separate little accessories that you put onto her arms. So that's really cool that they gave you that option, and I mean, of course, why would you not have Garnet wear these fists? They honestly made the character a bit more accurate to the way, you know, she looks in the cartoon, so yep. There's Garnet. And she's a pretty heavy big figure too, so there's that. And now we have 2 more of the modern representatives of Cartoon Network to showcase. And first one is Darwin from The Amazing World of Gumball. We did have a Gumball figure in Series 1, so made sense that they would do Gumball's friend slash brother slash former pet, I guess. Darwin's story is a bit kind of complicated, but there he is. And just like Beatrice and Jake, he also doesn't have the typical Titans body, so that is cool. Makes him more accurate. And Darwin's rarity is 1 in 18. Put him right there. And then one other more modern Cartoon Network character we have is Clarence from the show Clarence. There he is, looking very, very goofy. Pretty cool. And Clarence's rarity is 1 in 18. Now, one thing I will point out about Clarence that I think is really funny is the fact that I've seen unboxing videos of people opening up the Series 2 figures, and, like, a lot of them don't know what show he's from. Like, there was one guy that said, oh, it's Clarence from Uncle Grandpa. And there's another person that said, oh, it's Clarence from The Amazing World of Gumball. Like, no. Clarence has his own show. Oh, man, poor guy. Is the least recognized of, I guess, this whole entire set. I guess. And that was all of the more modern characters. Now time to show you the few figures we have from the classic days of Cartoon Network. Starting off with a returning character, we have Johnny Bravo. There he is with a tuxedo on rather than his regular outfits, and the swim trunks that he had as well. And just like those other 2 Johnny Bravo figures in Series 1, he comes with a comb as an accessory. So there we go. Johnny Bravo still looking as nice as ever. And his rarity is 1 in 18, so a bit, I guess, less easy to find than the regular Johnny Bravo from Series 1. Just put him right there. You can just see him right there. Oh, and he just fell down. Let me see if I can get him up. Or just, there we go. I'll put him there instead. All right, and now we have arguably the most iconic Cartoon Network trio of all time. We have Ed, Edd, and Eddy made as figures. Starting off, of course, with Ed himself. Right there, the lovable goofball. And I love the line work on the Ed and Eddy figures, because they're pretty, like, show accurate, I would say. Very, very nice. His hair is very textured as well. And Ed's rarity is 1 in 18. So there's that. And then time to show you Ed, or Double D. There he is. Looking nice as well. Got his hat. And did he always have 3 strands of hair? I never knew that. It's because, like, one of the biggest mysteries of Ed and Eddy was what Double D looked like without his hat. And did that just, like, give away what he looked like without his hat? I don't know. Kind of weird. Or maybe that is a part of his hat. I have no idea. But anyways, Double D, he is 1 in 18 as well. Put him right next to Ed. And then, of course, how can you forget the leader of the group, Eddie, right here. And definitely love the crazy expression on his face. He's got his hair. There we go. And just like the other Eds, he's 1 in 18 as well. And it's really cool they added Ed and Eddie all together, like in the same set. Like they didn't split them up, you know, like, oh, Series 1 has Eddie, Series 2 has Double D, and all that stuff. So, yeah, it is nice that all three of the Eds are featured in here. And now I saved, probably in my opinion, the best one for last. One of my all-time favorite Cartoon Network shows, Courage the Cowardly Dog, right here. And Courage looks really cool. I like his mouth, really interesting expression. They didn't make him look scared or anything like he usually does, as his name implies, him being a cowardly dog, but awesome. Doesn't have the typical Titans body, which is nice. And that's Courage. He is 1 in 18, and funny enough, he was the last character I needed to complete Series 2. Like, I had everybody else in this set, but like Courage, for some reason I was like never able to get when I was, you know, buying these blind boxes from like Hot Topic and all that. It took me a couple years to find them on eBay, so yep, finally I got Series 2 complete. And might as well just, of course, bring up like one minor nitpick I have with Series 2. And it's not really about the figures themselves. The figures themselves look really good, but it's the fact that like a lot of the figures nowadays are like really hard to find on eBay. I don't know why. Like compared to Series 1 and like to a certain extent Series 3, like Series 2 figures are like hard to come by. Like Courage, of course, being a big example of this. Like he was, you know, a pretty penny. Clarence is pretty hard to find. Beatrice, Ed and Eddie I know are pretty hard to find. To my knowledge, I think Eddie's the only one I've seen currently on eBay still. Haven't seen Ed or Double D recently, so yeah. I was going to say, like, oh, if you want to get this set, get it yourself. Well, good luck, because, yeah, a lot of these guys, unfortunately, are not easy to come by anymore, and that's really unfortunate. I'm really hoping Titans eventually, like, re-releases this set, and the other Cartoon Network sets, I guess, for newer fans, in case Titans ever decides to go back to doing these types of figures again, which I really hope they do, but that's a topic for a whole nother day. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my little overview of Cartoon Network Series 2, or Cartoon Collection by Titans. Of course, just like Series 1, there were some convention exclusives and store exclusives, but I will dedicate a separate video to showcasing those. And hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned, because I will be doing a Series 3 showcase at some point, so, yep, plenty more Cartoon Network stuff to look forward to. And with that being said, this is Tyler from the NerdGames channel, signing out.